Hey everybody, my name is April Gallaty. I'm your ferret specialist today. Now, just so you know right off the top, I have had ferrets on and off for about the past 15 years. I've had over 25 ferrets, so I have lots of knowledge, and I've been involved with them for a long time, so you can trust me on all this information, I promise. All right, ferrets, passengers or pilots of history. Now, according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, these creatures are as dangerous as piranhas and bath salts. Why? Have you ever wondered why? Have you ever wondered why something so cute and so adorable is more illegal in the United States than weed is? Makes no sense, but today you're going to find out. All right. Now, the genus for the ferret is Mustela, okay? And the, let's see, this is really difficult. The family is the Mustelidae. Now, the thing about that is they do have a lot of cousins. They have river otters, they have regular otters, sea otters, you have martins, you have badgers, you have all the weasels. There's all various types of weasels. Okay, and then when you talk about their race, they are a ferret race, and these are racing ferrets. All right, and then of course their class is thief, but they're not very classy. And their alignment is chaotic neutral. I don't know how, there it goes. Their alignment is chaotic neutral. Emphasis on the chaotic, yeah. Let's see if this will go. Okay, there we go. Now, rumor has it that if you step on a fresh ferret turd in bare feet on a full moon, it will turn you into a dire ferret. I've tried many times. It doesn't seem to work, but this is the rumor. I've cleaned more turds out from between my toes than I even really want to talk about. All right. Ferrets can be found all over the world. You can find them in Scotland. In Scotland, they call them the long cat. In Spain, they call them el huron. I hope I pronounced that right. In Norway, they're called hective. And then, of course, you know, people all over the world like to give their ferrets strange names. They call them pillow piranhas. They call them carpet sharks, you know. Of course, ferrets have protested this kind of like cutesy name for a long time. They don't really like it. One ferret has stood out over the years as one to really protest this, and his name is Gary. Poor Gary, he doesn't like it. All right, ferrets in history. Ferrets have shown up throughout history, and this is why I'm here to talk to you today. Ferrets have shown up in hieroglyphs. To the Egyptians, the ferret was called Whiskatep. Now, the ferret Whiskatep was created when the sun god Ra was hungry, and he was also lonely at the same time. And he was like, I need somebody to play with, but I'm also hungry. And at the same time, he created Whiskatep, the ferret. Now, the Aztecs believed that Rascalatl was the god of mischief. Now, Rascalatl is the god of mischief whom you pray to, that if you have dealt it, yet you do not wish to be identified as the one who has. I'm sorry, if you smelt it, but you don't wish to be identified as the one who dealt it. God damn it! Messed up my own joke. Now, as you can see from the Nazca lines, ferrets were once a prominent part of history. But they've almost just completely disappeared. They've almost been relegated to nothing but a smell joke. Now look, I'm going to tell you, ferrets do have a smell, but they don't smell. Does that make sense? So basically, ask yourself this if you really want to know. Why is it the same people who think that ferrets have a smell are also willing to lick a butthole? Doesn't make sense to me either. It's mystery. All right, in this depiction of the pyramids, you can see that ferrets were involved in the creation, because it turns out that pyramids are perfect for play areas as well as having corners for backing into to poop. Now, Moses, on the other hand, learned the hard way. He reached for a weasel. He was hoping it would turn into a staff. Turns out he learned the hard way. Don't poke things in a ferret's face. It will bite it. Now, of course, weasels do this thing called the weasel war dance. And at the time, Caesar was talking to the Romans, and the weasel went into a war dance, and everybody was like, oh, we're supposed to kill Caesar? And then they all stabbed Caesar. It was an unfortunate mistake. All right, the Great Fires of Rome. After close inspection of this art, one can hardly blame Nero, for playing the fiddle. After all, he had a ferret to entertain. Ferrets get bored very easily. And certainly the ferret wasn't the cause of the jar of oil tipping over and burning most of Rome to the ground. That would never happen, right? No. All right, here's my favorite. 1490. Leonardo da Vinci actually painted this painting. He painted this painting 4 times. First, he painted Lady with No Ermine. And really, who wants that, right? Look at that weird, shitty hand. And then he created the second one, a lady with Nana's terrifying felted animal gift. I don't know what that is. Again, the hand's kind of fucked up. And then Lady with Ermine. Perfect, right? But it turns out Da Vinci was better than you thought. He actually painted a 4th one. There it is. Okay. Upon deeper inspection, it was discovered that Da Vinci actually had painted the skeletal system of the ermine. Now, 1605, the gunpowder plot. Now, this was started by Guy Fawkes and his renegade gang of Catholic ferrets. They were going to blow up the House of Lords to protest bathing ferrets too much. But the plot was foiled when the ferrets became excited at the sight of the fuses and dragged them away to their hidey holes. All right, here we see Washington crossing a river, and he has his ferret Delaware on his back. It was a well-kept secret that Washington was actually afraid of water and was afraid he was going to drown. But Delaware's curiosity urged him on, and the ferret's bravery led to the river being named after him. See, it's a close-up picture. It's a photograph at the time. The sinking of the Titanic. Many historians have wondered how the captain of the ship could have possibly missed seeing the huge iceberg in the water. But it's clear that the ferrets on board were distracting him with their antics. You can't exactly look away from the cuteness when it's right there in front of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Ha! Okay, I'm sorry. Assassination of President Clinton. God damn it. I almost said assassination of President Clinton. How about that? Assassination of President Lincoln. His security team was napping at the time of the assassination, and most people don't realize that ferrets sleep 16 to 18 hours a day. So it turned out making them security was a really bad idea. Okay, here we go, the Titanic. Okay, and then, of course, here you see through the power of enhance. You can see one of the ferrets looking out the porthole at the exact moment the photo was taken. All right, here's my favorite. Bonnie and Clyde and their ferret and crime bandit. Bandit was good at snatching small valuables for him, not knowing that of Lincoln's problems, of course. They made the mistake of making Bandit their lookout, and this ill-fated decision cost all 3 of them their lives. I know, it's sad. They didn't do all good things. Like Amelia Earhart, she took her trusted ferret and co-pilot, and this was devastating to women, ferret lovers, and aviation lovers everywhere. Ferrets are known for their sense of adventure, but they are not known for their sense of direction. Here we have the assassination of Kennedy. Now, ferrets are, this ferret in this photograph, if you can see, he has the bottle brush tail, which is a sure sign of excitement or scared. We don't really know how this ferret voted, so I don't know if he's happy or sad about this going on. And of course, in 1970, everybody believed that the Beatles were broken up by Yoko Ono. Turns out that his live stole actually required more attention than Yoko Ono. That's who broke up the Beatles, I'm sorry to let y'all know. Now, Tupac Shakur. Tupac Shakur wore live mink. This is little Dank Stank. Oh, and Snoop Dogg. Don't forget Snoop Dogg back there in the back. And then, of course, his rival, You got Biggie Smalls with his ferret, Smalley Biggs. And then finally, I'm going to bring this all together for you. So if you look at the dollar bill, the United States dollar bill, why am I telling you all this? Well, this is what it all culminates to. Basically, if you look at the United States dollar bill, you can see hidden amongst all the little imagery that there is a ferret in the bottom right-hand corner of Washington's nostril. You can, there's a 1,000 times... yeah, whatever, I forgot the word. Anyway, so here's the punchline. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, Illuminati. Thank you. That was silly and put together really quickly. Thank you, everybody.